Hey folks, before we begin the video, I feel like I have to say something. I am hereby revoking Kaz's status as one of our boys. This man is not one of our boys! Not after the shit he pulled in this episode. Hell no! And you know what? While I'm at it, Mommy-chan belongs to the damn streets! God damn it. I promise I'm okay. It's just that the end of this episode really throws me for a friggin' loop. Anyway, today we are here to talk all about Rent-A-Girlfriend, Episode 2, Ex-Girlfriends and Girlfriends. But before we begin, I do want to remind you, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, now's a good time to do so. I promise, if you're brand new, I'm usually a hell of a lot nicer, and I open these a hell of a lot more chill. But today was a special occasion. Let's go ahead and talk about why I can legitimately feel my blood boiling. I thought that was like a fake term. I mean, I've definitely felt my blood boil for like other things. But this is like the first time I can think of in a rom-com where I genuinely was like, oh, you? Like that I genuinely lost it in quite the same way that I lose it for stuff like Tower of God. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Or stuff like that where it's just like, just scenes that make your blood boil. Yeah, the end of this episode, that wasn't it, Chief. Like this whole episode, I'm thinking like, you know what? I feel bad because Kaz really did prove to me that he is one of the boys, and you know what? He could be one of our boys. He could be one of the good folks' boys, you know? We, the good folks. And now I feel like I have to apologize. I feel like I have to apologize to you that I presented this, I don't even want to say this man Kaz, this friggin' thing Kaz as a boy. I'm sorry that I presented to him, to you, and to this community that we are building here on the channel. I apologize that I presented him as someone we could root for. I apologize for that. Because you know what? This man spineless, this man worthless, this man a goddamn simp. And I don't say that shit lightly. Like, ha, jokey, simp, funny. No, that's a simp right there. This man is a simp. And that girl belongs to the goddamn streets. And you know which girl I'm talking about, because my girl Mizu didn't deserve any of the shit that happened to her in this goddamn episode. And when I say that, I realize I sound like a simp, right? Like, I'm sounding like, oh, Mizu deserves the best, but that's because she does deserve the best, because she goddamn worth it. Mommy's hot. Don't get me wrong, Mommy-chan is hot as hell. I will agree with you on that. The thing is, that personality is so icy cold, it actually hurts her features. Genuinely. You ever see somebody who seems really hot, but they have the personality of a wet snail, so all of a sudden, they just become not hot? That's what happens in this episode. I like how Kaz, and Kaz is so goddamn spineless. Kaz is so spineless. Let's start from the top, okay? Let's start from the top of the episode. That's how we do things here. That's how we do things here. Damn it. I'm really mad. Oh my god. Okay, anyway. As usual, we're going to go from the top of the episode to the end of the episode. And we're going to start with scene 1, which is a good place to start. The beginning of the episode, typically a good place to start. I'm sorry that I took us on that crazy tangent, but it had to be said, damn it. So we open this week's episode right where episode 1 left off, right? We have Kaz and Mizu kind of bumping into each other, and we see Mizu's like incognitus mode, right? And to Kaz's credit, he does try to pretend like that definitely wasn't Mizu. I must be going insane. There's no way that that's Mizu. I must be going crazy. I'm crazy. That's definitely what it is. But Mizu says, nah, fam. First of all, I am very much real, and you better stay the hell away from me, right? Like, she gets all up in his grill, and I couldn't help but notice that these particular choices in outfit this week were very, and maybe this is just me, but I was like, man, they look like Shaggy and Velma, and I don't know why. I mean, like, Kaz is definitely, like, the second you put a green shirt over any type of, like, long sleeve, you do look vaguely Shaggy-ish. And then, like, the glasses plus, like, it's just the glasses, because she doesn't have the bob cut or the orange outfit, but it's just that paired with what Kaz look like. I'm like, they rocking a Shaggy and Velma type outfit. With Kaz, it's the green tee over a black shirt. Now, the green t-shirt, I don't know what, honestly, I think the green t-shirt is meant to show, again, that he's relatively new to the world of romantic interests, so he's not sure how to quite react when suddenly Mizu's like at his school and like all up in his face again. Whereas the black shirt is sort of covering his inner anxiety, right? The rookie mistakes of his current kind of hide the fear of being alone. So the green shirt is covering the black shirt, shows like this rookie is trying his best to try to enter the world of romantic relationships, but he's terrified of being alone. And I feel like that that outfit is kind of perfect for Kaz when you think about it. Whereas Mizu is just, she just looks kind of business casual, and I think that's what it is, that she's here to learn, damn it. So she's wearing the black sweater to just try to blend into the background, you know? She's got the pigtails so that it doesn't get in her, so that her hair doesn't get in her face or anything while she's studying. She's got her glasses because she's a smart girl. Because, you know, glasses as a symbol are typically associated with intelligence. So it's showing, like, you know, she's at the school to learn. Like, she's not here to play girlfriend. She's not here to, you know, do the stuff that Mami-chan does. We'll get to that later. I'm still mad. But yeah, Mizu clearly out here, like, trying her best to study, focus on her own stuff, right? Whereas Kaz is still, like, all up in his head about it. And Mizu, I will say, acted shockingly cold to Kaz. And in my notes here, I said Mizu is super cold to my boy. As we know, I have since revoked this man's status as a boy to the good folks. This man is not a boy. This man is a goddamn simp. This man is our simp. We are stuck with him. We might find him endearing sometimes, but that's what he is. He's not our boy, he's our simp. And then this first scene sort of ends with another big twist where Kaz is at home and he's bringing out the trash, and he can't help but turn his head as he notices, oh, the other apartment door is open. I wonder who lives there. It's Mizu. Because of course it is. God damn it. Remember how I said in the first episode it really felt like fate is pushing these two together? Well, fate got tired of the gentle approach and just started taking a sledgehammer to these two's lives and is just like smashing the shit out of it. It's like, not only do you two live together, but a bunch of other shenanigans are about to push you two together even more than you already were. And I will say I was shocked by this, right? I was like, they live next to each other. How the hell do they miss each other then? Like, nani? How did that happen? But it was honestly foreshadowed in the opening from last week. Now, admittedly, the opening from last week, you had to zoom into it. You know, it was smaller than it wasn't like actually played during the episode until like the end credits, right? So it was a little bit smaller. So I didn't notice that they look over at each other on their balconies, right? So I'm like, oh, of course. Like, so when you see the OP this week, you're like, oh yeah, the OP totally tells you that they're living next to each other. So I didn't notice that from last week. So this was a legitimate surprise to me. And honestly, I was kind of shook. I'm not gonna lie. And also, the OP does give you another hint at Mami-chan's, and I do have to call her Mami-chan because I don't know, that name just rolls off the tongue. But Mami-chan's, how we say, cold disposition, and that's the thing too. When I say like screw this girl, when I say that this is worst girl of the show, I don't say it because I'm sure somebody's gonna be like, oh, you just don't like it because she's a player or whatever. Nah, bitch, like that has nothing to do with it. If a girl wants to go get some tail, a girl can go get herself some tail. I've always been of the mind that like a player is a player is a player. It doesn't matter gender, right? So if Mommy wants to go get her some D, Mommy can go get her all the D she wants. You know what I mean? Mami-chan can sleep around as much as she wants. Girl's a player. That's not my problem. My problem is the fact that she acts like a A-tier bitch. So that's my problem. It's almost like Mami-chan's like an evil version of a Chad. If Kaz is a simp, Mami-chan's a Chad, but like an evil Chad. And she's also a lady Chad, an evil lady Chad. It's a thing. But again, like I said, we will get there when we get there For now, we gotta talk about scene 2 where Mizu yet again shows why she's best girl as opposed to Mami-chan's worst girl, rather. Mizu, when she sees that this man is like at her door, she does admittedly act as though this man is stalking her, and I'm like, all right, come on now, Mizu. Like, you know he's not stalking you. He's clearly lived here longer than that. You would have seen him move in if he was stalking you. And this leads to Granny calling for a sudden surprise visit. And admittedly, Granny, like, I'm gonna just be real. Granny Kino is Granny of the season, right? She is grandmother of the season, and I love Granny Kino, but I'm with Granny Kino in the sense that Kaz is a screw up. We all know he's a screw up, but damn it, he's our screw up. He's not our boy, but he's our screw up. He's our simp. You know what I mean? And I think even Granny Kino knows that. Granny Kino knows that fact. But she calls this man up regardless. She says, "Hey, I'm heading over, and yes, I got Wi-Fi in the Wi-Fi in the hospital, and yes, I'm playing gotcha games. Don't even freaking question me. I'm actually 10 times cooler than you are. But that said, I'm coming over. You better tell Mizu to come over too. I want to see my girl. I will see you in a wee bit." And all of a sudden, Kaz is like, "Oh my god!" just panics, right? And instead of being a goddamn man about it, and when I say man, I'm not, you know what I mean. Like when I say, like, just be brave. Just be brave. Just be brave, Kaz. Like, just be brave. Be confident. Just be, you know what? It's not even about being a man. You know what it's about? Being a fucking adult. You're 20. And what kills me about that is that Granny Kino reads this man like a book. Like, of course she knows. Like, she doesn't, admittedly, she doesn't know that Mizu is a rent-a-girlfriend, right? She doesn't quite know that much. She might. Granny Kino's friggin' sharp as all hell. But what she knows is that, like, in this moment when he's, like, trying to pretend like, yeah, she's on her way. Yeah, she's right around the corner. She's like, no, she's not. You two broke up, didn't you? And you wanna know why I know that? Because you were never much of a ladies' man. Ever. And when I saw her, I was so happy because for a second I thought, oh my god, this angel gave you a chance. Holy crap. And that's how Kino felt, right? Like, Granny Kino was like, man, I thought this girl gave you a chance. I could never hate her for even giving you the time of day. I'm disappointed that you two, quote unquote, broke up, but I get it. And Granny Kino reads this man like a goddamn book because she knows her grandson, right? And I love, like I said, Granny Kino, I love this character. I love how goofy she is. I love how funny she is, but I also like how insightful she is and how revered the other characters are towards her. Like, all these other characters, including Mizu, who has no real connection with her, does seemingly treat her with a great amount of reverence, as they should. You know, Granny Kino put her whole family on her back for years, right? So as they should, they give her the proper reverence that she deserves. But yeah, like, even Granny Kino says, like, man, just tell me. Like, it's, like, I think even she just wants Kaz to start acting like an adult. Just be mature, own up to your mistakes, and be brave when the time calls for it. Be an adult. And admittedly, for a brief moment in time, it seemed as though the situation could have been resolved, but Mizu felt bad. And this I will give my girl a little bit of grief for. I'm like, Mizu, if you literally just left well enough alone, this whole situation could have been resolved. But Mizu's too goddamn nice for that. And so, against her better judgment, she rushes over with, like, a bowl full of food, and she's like, hey, sorry I'm late, and fixes the whole situation for this fool. And he runs with it, and he's like, cool, thank you so much, just keep rolling with it just for a little bit longer. And I'm like, just say that you broke up and that she's being nice and giving you food. Just be an adult. Be an adult, because then you wouldn't have to pay your rent-a-girlfriend to make your grandma feel better. In fact, I think your grandmother might actually, believe it or not, have a teeny bit more respect for you if you were just honest. I know I sound angry and I'm making it seem like, oh, I hated this show. No, I loved this episode. And you wanna know why? I love that this show is drawing out so much emotions out of me, and we haven't even met the other two girls yet. Like, think of all the emotions you have sat through in this video. You know, I've been happy, I've laughed, I've been pissed, like, you know what I mean? And I've been salty, I've been endeared, I've been, like, all sorts of different emotions from a show about renting girlfriends. Like, why is this show so good? Why do I like it so much? I don't understand. Like, I think part of it is Mizu. Like, I really think part of it is Mizu, because she's so great. Like, she really is fantastic. She's the best there is at her job, and she's the best there is at what she does, and what she does isn't very nice. I mean, it's a Wolverine reference, but when you think about it, what she does is actually incredibly nice. You know what I mean? But, like, at the same time, there is a level of, like, bureaucracy to it. There's a level of coldness to it. But I get it. She's a rent-a-girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like, she's supposed to act a certain way. But even when she's not, you can just tell she's a good friggin' person. Even when she's telling Kaz off, you know what? Kaz kind of needs to hear that. Sometimes Kaz needs to be told that he's friggin' acting like a child. You know what I mean? And she tells him, like, if you keep running away from your problems, you're gonna turn into a child. Stop this. I feel like that's the big key in this episode is stop letting the whole world walk all over you. And that's my big thing, right? That's my big thing is like Kaz lets people walk all over him, whereas Mizu is seeing the world as it is and is choosing to make some cash, be kind to people, and get her shit. She's out here trying to get hers, you know? She's out here doing her best she's going to school, she's getting that paper, she's delivering even a tiny bit of happiness, you know what I mean? Like a rent-a-girlfriend, she's as a rent-a-girlfriend, she's doing her best to bring some goddamn happiness to this world. She's doing good, and I don't know, she's doing her best. Whereas Kaz is not doing his best. Kaz is being Kaz. Like, think about the mere fact that she says, you can rent me every Wednesday for an hour to go visit your grandma. And I'm doing this for your grandmother, not for you. And, like, admittedly, when she says, like, I'm doing this for your grandmother, not for you, I'm like, you're kind of doing it a little bit for him, too. And I do think that there's hints that it's like, no, this is gonna be a thing. Give it some time. But yeah, like, just think about that. Think about what she's willing to do for this friggin' guy. That's super kind. And think about the results of doing the kind thing and how he returns that favor. Think about it, because we're about to get into it. But before we do, I have to make a correction from last week. And admittedly, I think it's kind of funny that I didn't notice what happened, because I'm like, oh, of course I wouldn't notice this. But remember last week when I said like that he was in a ball, you know, that Kaz was like in a ball at the beginning of the episode and he was just feeling his emotions? Nah, because I saw some comments of people saying, like, because if you don't know, I read the comments for the first hour the video's up. So I was reading comments on that video, and people had pointed out, my man was cranking it and nobody said anything. And I was like, what? No, he wasn't. And I thought about it, I'm like, wait, maybe he was? No, he couldn't possibly. This episode makes it clear, like, no, he is cranking it to thoughts of Mami-chan. That's fucking gross. That's really gross. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not even sorry. That's gross, dog. Like, just, can't you, like, read Hustler or go to, like, a certain hub or something, man? Like, you like, that's weird. It's weird. It's really weird. Am I alone in thinking that's weird? Because it seems really weird to me. And it's made all the more weird when this fool bumps into Mami-chan, and I'm like, okay, yes, Mami-chan is fine. I will give you that. But so is Mizu. Like, Mizu's fine too. And you know what, dude? Like, do you really want to put up with her bullshit and all the things that she put you through just for a chance at maybe getting some tail? That's, like, you're really willing to put up with it. Simp. Like, be real with yourselves. When you look at this man, what do you see? You see a simp. Like, it is what it is. And, like, the fact that, like, after this scene, Mami-chan there's this scene, right, where, like, after this moment of him, like, ogling Mami-chan, right, his buddies show up, and his buddies are admittedly funny, like, the sleazeballs, where they're, like, they're a little bit sleazy, where she's like, hey, Mami-chan's pretty easy, but that girl, she'd probably just lie there. And they're talking about Mizu in her incognitus mode, right? And I'm like, okay, that's kind of sleazy, but you could tell they're being lighthearted and goofy about it. They don't actually, like, they're just being dumb friends, right? They're just being, like, dumb guys. And they do seem to really genuinely give a shit about Kaz. Like, they actually are his friends. And I do find the friends to be kind of funny, if I'm honest. And I don't know, I really like them. But you have that scene after he's just, like, staring at Mami-chan's thighs like a friggin' creep. And then her friends, Mami-chan's friends, as they leave, say, that was your ex, right? The way he was staring at you, like, man, like, he must be still interested, or whatever the hell did they said. I don't know. I don't remember. But then she's like, oh, yeah, I guess. And they're like, wow, what a player. She's already moved up, blah, blah, blah. And she looks over her shoulder, and I swear, there's the phrase, like, stare daggers at people. I swear I expected to see daggers fly out of Mami-chan's eyes. Like, she was cold as ice to her friends. And I'm thinking, like, what the hell was that supposed to mean? Now, we know from the OP, in those little, like, private... Like, and by the way, I see some of y'all with your private-ass Twitter pages where you just tweet out nonsense. But you see this girl with her private Twitter, like, tweeting out some dumb shit about Kaz and Mizu, of all people. Like bringing Mizu into this, because of course you would. But tweeting some dumb shit about Kaz and Mizu in the OP, right? So we know she's cold, but you see it in this scene, like, how cold she is. And I swear to God, my blood turned to ice for half a second. I was like, God damn, Mami-chan is cold. And all of a sudden, now I know that she's playing some weird-ass game with this man's heart. I don't know what's gotten into her, but she, like, and I think maybe a part of me is thinking, like, she really was disinterested. Like, she had moved on, she wanted no more part of Kaz. But the instant she found out about Mizu, the whole field changed, and now she wants to have some fun breaking people's hearts because she's worse girl. And what sucks is I know there's some folks out there simping hard right now. I know some of you folks out there listening to this right now, your best girl is Mami-chan. I know this. And believe me, I understand. She's fine as hell. I respect that she is fine as hell. However, she's worse girl. And you know why. You know why. I'm just gonna cut to it, okay? I'm gonna briefly touch everything that happens in between, and we just gonna cut to it, right? So, on the way back home from visiting Grandma, Mizu and Kaz are walking back, and Kaz's friends suddenly see Kaz with this girl, and they're thinking, oh, that's weird. I haven't seen Kaz with anybody, so they with any girl before. So they run up, and I'm thinking, oh shit, they're screwed. How are they gonna get out of this? Because they're holding hands, right? It's not just like they're walking together. They are holding hands. So I'm like, I don't know how you get out of this. My best, like, I really couldn't think of anything. Like, I was like, Mizu is nearsighted. In fact, she has bad vision. She has terrible vision. That's why she wears those glasses all the time. So and she's my neighbor. So I saw that she lost her glasses. So I was trying to help her get back to the apartment without her glasses, because she can't see without her glasses, right? And that's why I recognized her at the school. That's why. Damn, actually, I thought of that on the spot. That's actually, that would have worked. But instead, no. Cause you know what he says. Because of course you do. Because of course he does. He says, don't talk that way about my girlfriend. Because they say, because basically the friends are hilarious in this scene. Because the friends immediately assume, like, please don't take him into your cult. We know like, I've been his friend forever, and I know he's rock bottom stupid. But please don't drag him into your cult. He really doesn't have any money anyway. He's a total lowlife. Please don't drag him into your cult. They think she's a cult recruiter because there's no way anybody that pretty would be seen next to Kaz. The friends are hilarious, and Kaz in turn tells them that Mizu is his girlfriend, and of course Mizu goes with it because that's what she's paid to do, and Kaz takes it way too far. Like, way too far. But again, if anybody thinks like, oh, he doesn't like the show. No, when I say he takes it too far, I was laughing the entire time because I'm like, this man, no. Like, I'm enjoying it, but you have to admit, it's like, Kaz, shut up. You know what I mean? Like, you're allowed to be like, no, don't do that, but still enjoy it. And that's the thing, this whole episode, I'm like, don't do that, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the emotions it brought out of me. And admittedly, the art where Kaz is like a king talking down to the mice and Mizu's in the background, that shot is hilarious. But this leads to them, inviting them out to drinks. And of course, Kaz is like, yeah, we were just thinking about grabbing a bite to eat. And Mizu rings him out in the elevator for being a dumbass. And that leads them to the bar where Mami-chan. And this is where we talk about it. So here's where I lost all respect for Kaz, possibly forever. He's gonna have to do some incredible redeeming in my eyes for me to change his status in our community. I am declaring that he is forever to be not our boy, but our simp until he redeems himself. And I don't know if he's ever going to do that. But until that point, he's not our boy, he's our simp. And that is because when this girl When this, not even this girl, when this witch, when this diabolical, cruel ice queen is talking trash about him in front of him and their friends, in front of everybody, is talking trash about Kaz to Mizu, saying, like, you're so pretty. I was so shocked because, like, Kaz is the worst. Like, his libido is crazy. Like, I was shocked how horny he was, blah, blah, blah. Like, he sucks. He's the worst. And, oh, my God, he's so annoying and he's clingy and blah, blah, blah. To his face. To his face. And Mizu stands up. She says, don't talk about my man like that. You know what? Like, I don't appreciate that. She's like, whoa. And I guarantee you, because she's hot, Mami-chan has never had any of these friggin' tools in their friend group say shit to her. I guarantee you. You know this is true. And so she's put on her heels by that. This other pretty girl, who's prettier by the way, this other girl stands up to Mami-chan and says, hey, fuck you, right? And she's never had that. And so she gets put on her heels by that. And she's like, Kaz, tell her to stop being mean. And Mizu's like, are you gonna let her talk to you like that? And even I'm thinking, like, Kaz, my boy, rise, stand. And I was thinking he's gonna be like, you know what? She's right. I don't need this. Like, I thought that this was gonna be his moment where he grows, and then that gets Mami-chan interested in him again. Because don't forget, we still have 2 other people in this goddamn fake-ass harem. And you know why I say fake, because I guarantee you all these girls are too good for him. There's gonna be a catch. This is not a real harem. But this man says, it's just like that. We just act like that. Or he says, like, just let it go or some shit. Like, he takes Mami-chan's side and he does so in this, like, cowardly, wimpy, nonsense bullshit way. Simp! Simp, I say! I swear to God, take a shot every time I say simp, you'll be dead by the end of the video, so don't do it. But, wow. Simp? A simp and a woman who belongs to the streets, y'all two deserve each other. Oh my God. And Mizu thinks as much too. She basically just leaves. And I'm like, yeah, girl, leave and never look back. Leave here and never come back. Because, my God, Mizu, you don't deserve this nonsense. You don't deserve it. And then, as if that wasn't enough, you get the seed of Kaz walking home and Mami-chan's there. What a surprise! And this girl, this snake in the grass, walks up to him and is like, hey, you know what? I really, thanks for sticking up for me. The only reason this girl is interested in this man right now is because she wants to stir trouble. She wants to make chaos in this man's life, so she wants to ruin the only quote-unquote good thing he has going for him, because again, everybody thinks this is actually his girlfriend, so she sees this and she's thinking, nah, you're not allowed to have nice things. I want you to be miserable. You are not allowed to have nice things. And you wanna know why you're not allowed to have nice things? Because I dumped you. That's what this is. She dumped him, he's not allowed to be happy. So she's like, I'm going to sleep with him. I'm going to sleep with him, or I'm at least gonna make it look like I'm gonna sleep with him. So that when Mizu finds out, she'll be pissed and she'll dump him and then he'll be miserable again. And then after that, I won't ever speak to him again. I'm gonna give him the cold shoulder again. Because that's who Mami-chan is. She's evil. She's evil. And I kinda love that. Like, don't get me wrong. I kinda like that she's evil. And in the same way that I kinda love that Rachel's evil. Because worst girls actually make for a really entertaining show. When I say worst girl, I don't mean poorly written. I mean worst as in, oh, they bring out the pain. You know what I mean? And Mami-chan is the one to watch right now. Mami-chan is the one that I'm like, I need to see what this crazy bitch does. Ooh, you crazy. I need to see with my eyes. And I also need to watch and try to see how this simp is gonna redeem himself. What a crazy episode. Okay, that's it. That's the episode. I didn't even do a character design time for Mami-chan. She doesn't deserve it, damn it. We'll do one next week. I'm sorry. I'm emotionally drained. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's video somehow, then go ahead and boop that up snoot and share if you care. And of course, as always, I have to give a big, big thank you to the good folks in the T Squadron. Look at these beautiful names. Look at these beautiful people. Look at these beautiful folks who would have absolutely stood up to Mommy-chan back there because they, believe it or not, have a spine, unlike Kaz. But if you would like to join these beautiful people, then be sure to check out that first link in the description to check out our Patreon page. For less than a cup of coffee a month, you can help keep this channel afloat, and I would sincerely appreciate it. But with that said, everybody, I gotta go calm down. I'm losing my mind. But until next time, you stay classy, AndyTube, and wash your dang hands.